traveling in northwestern China collecting folk music. Wang Luobin is the pioneer musician who put Western ethnic folk songs on the map of China's indigenous music. A place far away in Qinghai. Maila in Yili. Leave your veil in Kuche. And Alamuhan in Turpan. Now, Travelogue salutes this adventurous musician. We follow his footsteps, bring you the true color of this amazing part of China. Travel with Travelogue.
Welcome to Travelogue. I'm Mian Ling. In tune with my dear colleague, I'm continuing our musical travelogue guided by the legendary musician Wang Luobin. But my section gonna take a higher key swing. I'm at the highest altitude in northern Xinjiang Kazakh region. Wang Luobin used to claim the Silk Road not only opened by the caravan, also accompanied by the folk music all along the way. So accompany my journey and raise your volume. Among these mountains and meadows that gave birth to Xinjiang folk music, Wang Luobin wandered for decades and found his own far-flung home, where the living and loving inspired music that tells it just like it is. Kazakh music seems to have found inspiration from their living on horseback lifestyle. Cheerful tones and bouncy clock-like beat of Maila, a typical Kazakh folk song, became Mr. Wang's favorite, and he made the girl Maila a household name in entire China. The idea of hitting on a road, jeering towards no man's land, has to be most modern spiritual nomad's wildest dream. There's no better place to do that in China other than Xinjiang, Yili to be exact. Azure, mountain, grassland, ever-shifting sceneries and occasional accidental encounters leaves little risk for road hypnosis. I don't stop for every street vendor, but look at that boy. I can imagine he actually found them by himself. You won't find them anywhere lower than 3,000 altitude. Fresh, picked, snow lotus. It's first time for me to see it this close. 20 块. 20 块, okay. Partially because snow lotus is so rarely seen, it enjoys a kind of magical flower status. Especially in Tibetan herb medicine, it's believed having magical power in curing diseases like rheumatism and diabetes. In my determination to follow Mr. Wang's footsteps and make the trip both scenic and musical, to feast on both eyes and ears, I map out my 1,000 miles road trip in Yili only according to one musical compass, Maila. Besides music, Kazakh people also worship poem. They call poem to be king of language. In a place like this, it's not difficult to write either, right? Xinjiang is associated with Silk Road and camel caravans so often that most of us pictured Xinjiang as a place of vast desert and Gobi, dotted with some oases occasionally. Driving around the Yili region, northern Xinjiang will totally ratify that misconception. Vast natural pasture here provides enough forage for livestock, and the lush forest offers endless quarry for experienced hunters, and a new experience for a not so experienced one. Any girl older than 8 years old should understand no prince on white horse will ever show up. But today, at least, I have my Kazakh brother in a white jeep. Send me out of here. Here we go. Another adventure. I don't know if that's legal, but there's no policeman, traffic police at sight, so here we go. Here we go. Ooh. It was a huge mistake for somebody just took driving license and try to drive here. I thought it's easier. No, no, no. So, if you try to drive in a grassland, really have to take caution. Okay, since my driver went somewhere else to seek rescue, and I don't have time to wait. Sorry, that's all his problem. I'm not gonna find my own rescue. 我做你的马好不好? See? A young prince. Finally, a young prince with a white horse. So, here we go. Purely hovered by the mountainside, this here is a Kazakh people's summer house. They move down and up the mountains and meadows according to the season in chasing after the warmth and forage. So when you're looking for a camping spot to pitch your tent, the sensible choice is pull off your car at a place like this. Kazakh hospitality lies in the blood. Once you step into Kazakh yurt, even uninvited, you are treated with warmth and courtesy as a respectful VIP. Because I'm a guest from afar, so I get special treatment. Look at this cup. They have one, and I have 2 cups in one. There's a hole inside. It's first time to try this. I don't think I can really finish them all. It's chili and it's sour, but 1 pinch of sugar wouldn't hurt. Girls got married, they can wear luxurious jewelry like this. You know, before that, my good moment hasn't arrived yet, so I better just give it back to her. Malais is a local dairy drink, slightly fermented, but tastes innocently alcohol-free. So if you're among those self-acclaimed hopeless in singing and dancing, drink a few bowls of this will help you catch up with the spirit of the locals. Nomadic living means a constant change of locations in chase of warmth. Even in summer, it's cool and even chilly here at night. Kazakh handcraft tends to serve the practical and aesthetic purposes at the same time. 这个图案蛮特别的。图案就是以前就是哈萨克人打仗的时候，他们走过的路团呢做出来的。啊，就是一个以前的地图。对对对。做这么一个毯子要大概多长时间？ 我那边可能15天做出来一个。 be a bird with a pair of wings, just to fly anywhere you want. And cats of people, they find their own wings. That's beautiful horses. 女孩子还可以穿着裙子就可以骑马呀。There's a horse race. Starts in a minute. I'd better just get out of my way. Kazakh people are known as hot-blooded, straightforward people. Even between boys and girls, there's no subtle flirtations. It's more like, if you like me, go and get me. The game is called girl chasing, but boys are actually the ones who are chased after, and yes, even whipped. But they usually take the physical pain blissfully, because the furiously she whips, the more she likes it. Lavender. Every syllable of it sounds so soothing that's almost hypnotizing. Take a deep inhale to wake up. That's real luxury to begin a day. The whole arm of lavender flowers, they probably can only produce a few drops of essential oil. In China, this is the only place have the perfect condition for lavender to flourish. And even in Asia, there are only two other places. One is Sapporo in Japan, the other place is in Taiwan.
And Alamuhan in Turpan. Now, Travelogue salutes this adventurous musician. We follow his footsteps, bring you the true color of this amazing part of China. Travel with Travelogue.
Like the importance of four-wheeler in a city, life without a horse is inconceivable in Kazakh's life. And the life on horse apparently starts early on. Such a fine, handsome boy, huh? People call them a howling horse over here. because partially because they are from the heavenly mountain, and also partially because they're just so good looking, heavenly like. They're actually kind of a crossbred between Mongolian and Russian stocks. So they're famous for their great endurance and perfectly proportioned body. Woo! Of Xinjiang region owes to its salad plate mixed culture of ethnic groups. Besides Uyghur, there are other 46 ethnic groups living in the rich land of Xinjiang, and Mongolians among the largest ethnic groups in Bortala region. As early as 13th century, Mongolian script was created on the basis of a script of Huihui, or ancient Uyghur, and Lamism revived. This monastery is the biggest Lama monasteries in the region, but to my surprise, it looked almost deserted.
那这个庙很荒凉吗？没什么人。
草原上的就是牧民呢，就是重要节日或者呢正月十五搞仪式，他们就是都来参加，然后
就从四面八方很远的地方来。
很远的地方。
有多少人可以来这么小的、这么安静的一个庙呢？
上万人参加。
上万人啊！
对。
哦。
The glory of this temple may fade through years, but it does still leave a sense of weight of history. And especially moving to see such a grand temple standing in the middle of a grassland, offer an altar for the Mongolian people living here. Bortala region is Xinjiang's eastern island. For a long time, the origin and purpose of those stone men remained a mystery. The most acknowledged theory is that they were carved as a monument and placed in front of outstanding ancient Turks' tomb. There were many more of them before 13th century, before Islam came to Bortala region. Since then, this stone man was seen as a symbol of heathenism. Most of them were destroyed. For so long, the idea of heading towards the city itself is exciting. And the city's name, Pakwa City, suggests so much mystery. I've never been proud of my sense of orientation, and a normal map hardly ever sees it lost in traffic problem. But here in Pakwa City, this time, I need even a special map.
I think our driver got lost here too.
The ancient city planner of Pakwa City is said to be a well-versed Taoist monk Chu Chuji from mainland China, traveling in Xinjiang 700 years ago. He brought Taoism here and even planned out the entire city according to Pakwa principles.
The city probably has a better feng shui as the urban planner indicated, but I don't think he considered the orientation part that much. It looks like a maze.
In Taoists believe this city is built in an auspicious spot that brings peace and balance to every citizen. Hopefully, even everyone who passes by.
Not too many roads lead to the center of Bagua City. How could I ever guess? My limited knowledge of Beijing could help me find a way in the city. Seeing a place like this feels a little bit like home.
Meaning blessing in Mongolian, is located in Batola region, Mongolian Autonomous Prefecture. The high altitude of more than 2,000 meters makes it the highest mountain lake in entire Xinjiang. The high altitude also gives the air here a crisp, clean white. The water crystal azure sparkles.
I didn't know the Kazakh dance is so similar to Mongolian dance. My Mongolian part of blood certainly helped a little bit, just this much.
After the surreal scenery of Salimu, the road jeering back towards the city of Yining felt slightly more boring than bucolic. Lush hills, picturesque villages, and empty roads leave place for the unpaved and narrow country roads busy with motorcycle traffic. But if you have learned to think positively by now, you'll find at least one positive thing. It's easier and safer to hitchhike in this period of the road. And stop over whenever you want.
Hitchhiking not only provides free lifts, also give you useful information. And I just ran out my bottle of spring water, and the guy told me I can pick up anything I want here. So if you're thirsty and run out of even money, you can always survive in Yili.
Most trips ends with deficit spending in my experience. My surviving manual is usually to follow a Chinese doctrine. Think of your parents when you are in need, and when traveling, housing and friends indeed. After the week-long road trip in Yili, back to the city itself made me feel like home. Staying at a nice Uyghur courtyard house belonging to friends of friends, my surviving manual pays off. Wang Luobing is renowned for his talent in capturing Uyghur girls' beauty with his music and lyrics. Partially thanks to his music, Uyghur girl has almost become synonymous to beauty in most high Chinese mind today. And it's really hard not to be charmed by these hazel eyes.
那这个这么大一个院子有多少人住在这儿？
我父母孙女孙子有7个，我们总共8个孩子。每次我们都聚在一起50多个人。
50多个人，哇哦，特别大的一个聚会。
Uyghur is the largest ethnic group living in Yining City. Unlike Kazakh, they prefer city living and traditionally know their good sense of business and delicate urban lifestyle. But just like Kazakh, Uyghurs also known as people born with rhythm in the blood. The real parties are held here every day. The wedding party in the pavilion inside the garden. You won't have much trouble finding it since there's only one place for this special occasion in entire Yining City. Everyone is welcome to join the joyful dance floor, and only the dancing movements can separate the guests from the tourists.
I'm never out of Yili, so you can guess how big this place is and how difficult it is to find one girl called Maila. But in a sense, I meet so many beautiful girls who can sing, who can dance, who can write so well. Just like too many Mailas. Today, let me just end my trip in a celebration of one guy find his own Maila, and there are still thousands more waiting for